I'm Sarah with SewingPartsOnline.com, and welcome to episode 1 of our Beginner's Guide to Serging. Now, a serger, also known as an overlock machine, and it's very basic, simply finishes a raw edge. However, there is a ton of creative things that you can do with it other than just finish a raw edge. Now, it's not meant to replace your sewing machine, it's meant to complement it. And we'll learn all about it. We'll learn all the parts, how to thread it, how to change the needle, all the tools you're going to need, and all the great stitches you can do with it. So let's get started learning about all the parts of our serger. So here's our serger. This is my very own Singer Pro finish that I've had for about 5 years now. You'll see I have dings and scuffs all over it, even paint. Not sure how it got there, but as you can see, it gets a ton of good use. Anywho, the first thing you'll notice here are these 4 dials, which are the tension dials. These 2 on the left are the needle tension dials, and these on the right are the looper tension dials. And I like to think of the loopers as the bobbin system of your serger. These grooves are part of the threading system. This thread stand back here pops up, another essential part of the threading system, and you can push it right back down for storage. Moving on. Just like any sewing machine, we have a presser foot right here. This big block is the needle holder. This thing right here is the Serger Knife. It trims the raw edge of your fabric while you serge. It's movable so you can disengage it when you don't want to use it. On the right side of the machine, you'll see I have labels on the dials, and they've been here since I first learned how to use my serger. I found it really helpful so that I wouldn't forget what they do. I've got my differential feed, which adjusts how fast or slow the feed dogs pull the fabric through the machine. We've got our stitch length up here, just like a sewing machine has. This is the hand wheel. And if I lower the front cover, you can see how all the internal parts move. We'll get more into those parts later. Now back to the side of our serger. This is the on and off switch, and here is where the power cord and the foot pedal plug in. Here in the front by the sewing bed, we've got the stitch width dial. See how moving the dial moves the stitch finger? The stitch finger can be engaged and disengaged with this little switch. And you can see it better if I move this face cover out of the way. See how the stitch finger moves back and forth? We'll learn more about it later when we start creating our actual serger stitches. Now let's take a look under the front cover. Because this is where the most complicated threading takes place, you can see there's a whole threading diagram. You follow these grooves down, you follow the colored dots, all the way up to the needles. Over here by the needle is the Serger Knife, which again trims our fabric while we serge. It's easily engaged and disengaged by pressing on the knob and turning it. You can feel it lock into place when you're finished turning it. Just be careful, it's very easy to cut yourself on this thing. And that's pretty much the tour of a standard serger. Different brands and models will be laid out differently, but generally have the same parts, like loopers and differential feed and a gazillion tension dials. Now, I hope that this was helpful. Be sure to tune in for episode 2. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below or reach out to us on SewingPartsOnline.com. If you want to hang out with our sewing community, visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/SewingPartsOnline, Twitter @SewingParts, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, we're everywhere, and make sure to subscribe for next week's sewing video.